Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Continuing our top 15 series, we've got something special lined up for you today. I know so many of you have been asking for a customer reviews analysis for this one. Well, we're finally doing it. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details. Let's begin by examining the insights provided by our first reviewer.
This reviewer has been using their new monitor for a short while and wanted to share their initial thoughts. The unboxing was a good sign. The device arrived securely packed in fitted styrofoam, which our reviewer appreciated given how easily electronics can be damaged in transit. It came with the essential cables like HDMI and VGA, though some others like an audio or DVI cable were not included. Setting it up on a desk was straightforward. The monitor is surprisingly lightweight, and after attaching the base, it was basically ready to go. The screen can be easily tilted to find the right angle. Our reviewer also noted the thoughtful design of the frame, which is glossy on the outside but has a matte finish right around the picture to minimize reflections. The real highlight for this user was the performance, which they described as a massive upgrade from their old equipment. Right out of the box, the screen was flawless, with no dead pixels or color issues. The picture quality made a huge difference in gaming, making lighting effects and shadows look far more realistic. For creative work like digital art, the colors were described as accurate and vivid, which was a major plus. The on-screen menu system was easy to navigate, and even small details, like a power indicator light that isn't overly bright, contributed to the positive experience. Of course, it wasn't perfect. The biggest drawback was the built-in speakers, which our reviewer found to have a tinny, low-quality sound. However, this was considered a minor issue for anyone who uses headphones or a separate speaker system. One design quirk worth noting is a piece of the stand that sticks down and isn't removable. While it's completely unnoticeable on a desktop, it might look a bit awkward for those planning to mount this monitor on a wall. Despite these small points, the overall impression was overwhelmingly positive, centered on the fantastic visual quality.
Great! Now let's see what our next reviewer has to say about their experience.
This reviewer found the transition from an old 17.3-inch laptop to this new display to be a massive upgrade. The picture quality is remarkably crisp, and the sheer size of the screen felt huge in comparison to what they were used to. Even when compared to the dual monitors our reviewer uses at their workplace, this particular display seemed much nicer and clearer. For the general web browsing and family computer tasks it was intended for, it has proven to be an excellent fit. The client felt that for anyone looking to build a multi-screen setup, this monitor would represent a fantastic value. However, the experience wasn't entirely perfect, with the main issue stemming from the monitor's base stand. The reviewer was creating a new, compact computer station on a floating wall desk, pairing this screen with a mini PC to maximize space. A key part of this plan was to wall mount the monitor, both for a clean aesthetic and to keep it safely out of the way of their children. After purchasing it, they discovered a common complaint online. A piece of the stand, a sort of tail, is not designed to be removed. Initially, our reviewer thought it could be taken off with a few screws, but it turns out the removal is a much more involved process. After some research, they concluded that the only way to achieve a flush, clean look on the wall would be to physically cut the offending piece off. While they haven't done it yet, the non-removable part is a constant source of mild frustration for someone who prefers a tidy setup. They did come up with a contingency plan, deciding that if they ever needed a stand again, they would simply purchase a universal VESA desk mount. Despite this significant design flaw, the reviewer couldn't find another display that offered comparable quality for the same value, ultimately concluding it's a really nice monitor, as long as you can live with its one major quirk.
Excellent. Let's find out what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer wanted to share their experience with this monitor as they actually bought two of them. The first one was great, arriving in perfect condition. However, the second one, purchased from a different retailer, had a minor flaw, a small, lighter spot on the screen that was a bit distracting. Our reviewer decided to keep it anyway, as it wasn't too bothersome, but it did impact their overall rating slightly. This client emphasizes that the monitor offers excellent value, particularly for its size. They were impressed with the picture quality, noting it's a definite upgrade for everyday tasks like browsing the web and working, allowing for easy multitasking with multiple windows open side by side. They even mentioned being spoiled by the large screen and now find using a smaller laptop screen somewhat frustrating. The built-in speakers were another positive point. While they aren't high-end audiophile quality, they are perfectly adequate for watching YouTube videos and streaming content, eliminating the need for external speakers in this client's setup. The multiple input options, including HDMI, were also appreciated, as it allowed our reviewer to connect their Xbox to the monitor. Overall, despite the small blemish on the second unit, this client is very happy with this monitor, especially considering the price. They would happily purchase it again, which they technically already did, and highly recommend it to others.
That's all for today. If you like this, hit that like button and subscribe. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments.